Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome along to ROKiT Zandvoort for what is coming up round 17 of the 2024 British Formula 4 Championship, certified by the FIA, the ROKiT British Formula 4 Championship, to give it its full title. Now, this is a race that should have taken place yesterday, but unfortunately there was a small technical issue with the starting lights, which caused a multiple car accident at the beginning, and therefore the race was abandoned for yesterday and has been moved over for today. It is based on the qualifying times, albeit the top 12 are reversed. And I think yesterday I might have alluded to the fact that Rowan Pilling was on pole position, but the difficulty is here at Zandvoort, depending on the format of the race, whether it's 2x2 staggered start, 2x2 standing start or rolling start, we've covered all of those this weekend. Pole position moves either from the left of the circuit to the right of the circuit or vice versa. But it is Abby Pulling that is on pole position. Pole position is on the left of the circuit for this one, which gives you the outside line as you head up towards Tarzan. I can guide you through the grid then as they make their way around this fantastic circuit Zandvoort, which is 2.6 miles, 2.646 to be absolutely precise, and 4.259 kilometres. So Abby Pulling will start from pole position for round 17 of the championship, and alongside her will be Ronan Campbell-Pilling. On row 2 of the grid, it's Alex Nenovich and Ella Lloyd that line up on row number 2, with row 3 of the grid being Matas Reba and Ernesto Rivera. Kai Diriani lines up for Fortec Motorsport alongside Yangpu Kui on row number 4. As we head to the 5th row of the grid, on the inside of the 5th row of the grid, therefore starting in 9th position, should be Martin Molnar, who will start there in 9th place, and alongside him will be Maxwell Dodds with Risa Suwerthen and Deegan Fairclough, the championship leader, who claimed his 6th win of the race of the championship season yesterday, lining up alongside Nina Gademan, the only Dutch driver we've got in the field. Home race for her, lines up alongside Leo Robinson, and then it's Bart Harrison and Johan Fu that lines up on the 8th row of the grid. Row 9 of the grid, on the inside, it's Jack Sherwood alongside Bianca Bustamante, who makes a debut in the championship this weekend, and it's Zach Scholar and Alex Berg there on row number 10, with Jessica Edgar and Chester Kiefer lining up for the 11th row of the grid. August Raber and Carrie Schreiner, who returns to the championship, having been there at Silverstone last time out, but had quite a sabbatical from this championship, but rejoins for the second race on the trot, lining up there for Chris Dittman Racing on row number 12. And as we head to the final couple of rows on the grid, on row number 13 of the grid, after Carrie Schreiner, then we will see Chloe Chong should be the next of those that's coming up alongside Aurelia Nobles, and James Higgins starts from the back of the grid for this one for Rodin Motorsport. So that's the way that they will line up. 20 minutes are on the clock for round 17 of the championship. As we say, it's based on the fastest times for qualifying, albeit the top 12 gets split and flipped over for race number 2. So what can Abby Pulling do in this race from pole position? And is she going to be able to secure what for her would be a second win of the season? She won the reverse grid race at Brands Hatch, which was round 5 of the championship. It's not been her only podium visit, because she was also on the podium at Thruxton in race 1 of the weekend there, supporting the British Touring Car Championship, for which this championship will continue to support now for the rest of the season, with visits to Knockhill in second weekend of August, Donington Park towards the end of August, Silverstone National, and also Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, all still to come up in what's a busy 30 race calendar. Because it's the reverse grid race, less points available for a win, 15 points for a win, but for every place you gain from starting position to finishing position, you can pick up an extra point up to a maximum of 10. So race 1 and race 3, it's 25 points for a win, but in this one, 15 points for the win. But you can add to that another 10 points if you gain enough places from your starting position, and that's what the likes of Deegan Fairclough and Risa Suwerthen will look to try and do. So the black car with the pink flashes to it is Abby Pulling. She sits there on pole position. Rowan Campbell-Pilling is alongside in the blue machine for Finsis by Agenti. He's the lead rookie in the order as well. Green flag at the back of the field. Red lights come on the gantry, and now they flash off fully on the gantry, and we get the race underway. And Abby Pulling, not a brilliant start from here. Alex Nenovich, who is lying second in the championship, needs to get on with it, and he's going to go through and pick up the lead of the race in the early stages, with Ella Lloyd having a great shot. She's going to slot through into 3rd place. One of the Vortec cars gets turned round, I'm afraid, is sat stricken in the middle of the circuit, but for Kai Diriani, looks as though everybody has avoided him, and as he gets going at Tarzan, no damage done to his car, but it has dropped him all the way back to the very tail end of the field. Pleased to say it's dry conditions here today. We've got beautiful sunshine for the first time since the middle of the week, really, here in the Netherlands, and it does mean that the drivers can really press on around this fantastic undulating circuit Zandvoort. So up towards braking area for Shivlap, they'll go. And then from there, it's round towards the right-hander at Masters Box before it's another right-hander at turn 9. And they'll finally start to turn left when they get towards turn number 10. So up towards turn 9, you can see locked brakes. It's the unloaded wheel. The Pirelli tyre just locking up on the inside line through turn number 10. And then down at the straight in towards Hans Earthbox, which is the right and left chicane, which does offer up the possibility of an overtaking opportunity. But for Alex Nenovich, what he will want to do is try and start to pull away a little bit in the lead of the race and maybe hope that some of those behind, the likes of Abby Pulling and Ella Lloyd and others, just slow up some of the other quicker cars trying to fight their way through. Bouncing over the curbs there, excuse me, that's the number 78 car, which was Jack Sherwood. He started off the back of the field, remembering, is still trying to make some progress. He's already picked up a good number of cars, Jack Sherwood, so it's not been a bad first lap for him as he looks to try and thread his way through. So out of Harry Lyondike box, over the start-finish line, everybody sitting in the slipstream, weaving around, trying to pick off anybody that they can. Leo Robinson's looking to have a nibble here and is drawing himself alongside James Higgins, but he's got to be careful because on the inside line with locked brakes was Maxwell Dodds there. They all just about avoid each other, but that was all rather close as it concertinaed up as they went in towards Tarzan that time through, and there's a little bit of contact, and that's Jessica Edgar that gets the little bump there. Just wheel-to-wheel contact, no harm for Jessica. She's able to press on, but has lost a place and might lose a further place as well. Now Ella Lloyd's coming under pressure. This is for third position, and she needs to see if she can just make sure that she covers off any move that's coming from Deegan Fairclough behind the championship leader, who's looking also to make sure that he scores well in this one. He's sitting hot on the heels of Ella Lloyd, the young Welsh lady. Can't squeeze his way through there, and he's also got right behind him, I think that's Ronan Campbell-Pilling, is it, that's behind? Yeah, who is going to still be leading the rookies at the moment. But if you look in the mirrors of Ronan Campbell-Pilling, you'll see that Martin Molnar and Jan-Pu Kui are also there, who are second and third of the rookies respectively. You can tell the rookies by the yellow background to the numbers. So Alex Nenovich was leading by almost a second at the end of the first lap of the race from Abby Pulling, who'd equally as much got almost a second between herself and Ella Lloyd, who is still hanging on to third place, doing a brilliant job is Ella to try and hang on to it. She's got the championship leader Deegan Fairclough behind her. Then you've got, well, what was a trio of rookies, but now they've been have had Reza Saworthan squeeze his way through. So Reza Saworthan is now ahead of Jan-Pu Kui at the wheel of the number 56 car. So the high-tech pulsate machine of Reza Saworthan through. And are we going to see Deegan Fairclough get through and ahead of Ella Lloyd? But it's not for want of trying. He's right behind Ella Lloyd's car, jinks out to try and take a big wide line and then snaps back to the inside. Is he going to be able to squeeze his way through? No, he still can't. Ella Lloyd, brilliant stuff, but also great stuff from Deegan Fairclough, pressing hard, driving fairly, but still cannot squeeze his way through onto a podium spot at this stage. Plenty of time in which to do so, though, because there's still 16 minutes of this 17th round of the ROKiT British Formula 4 Championship certified by FIA to come. Zach Scholar there was busy fighting away, also in the rookie class with Bart Harrison. I think they will be something like 14th and 15th at the moment. And respectively up to, I think, 5th and 6th of the rookies that we've got out there. You see Ella Lloyd's cars are so low it is to the ground. You could just see little bits of debris coming out from underneath it as the bottom of the floor, I think, just ground it out. And again there, and that's the opportunity. Sneaking his way up the inside goes Deegan Fairclough, and he's going to go through. That was at turn number 9. Ella Lloyd will try and fight back, but now the door is open for the leading rookie, Rowan Campbell-Pilling, to try and squeeze his way through. He's trying to draw himself alongside on the rub towards Hans Earthbocht, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He'll be on the outside line. And as long as Ella Lloyd can apex and get off the corner correctly, she should be good to hang on to what will be 4th place now. You can see cars starting to queue up behind, and the next of those is Reza Saworthan, who is also right at the sharp end of the championship. He's 4th in the standings coming into this weekend at the wheel of his high-tech pulsate number 4 machine. 15 minutes of the race to go. Speeds build again as they head out of Harry Lyondike Bocht. Still breezy here at Circuit Zandvoort. Since Deegan Fairclough has gone through and ahead of Ella Lloyd, he has started to pull away a little bit. You can see the train of cars is beginning to build as Rowan Campbell-Pilling sends one up the inside, heading in towards Tarzan. He's not the only one as well, because very late on the brakes there is Leo Robinson. He's looking to try and squeeze his way through, and I think made it on the way into the corner, but might just lose out again on the way out. Up towards turn number 3, Ella Lloyd trying to fend off the aspirations of Rowan Campbell-Pilling, and then the door is open for Reza Saworthan to try and squeeze his way through at the wheel of the number 4 car. Can't quite do so, so they all remain in the same order at the moment. Ella Lloyd in 4th, Reza Saworthan And also remember, in there is the lead rookie as well, which is Ronan Campbell-Pilling. I think his transponder may be playing up at the moment because he doesn't appear on the timing graphic. He's certainly there, and he is leading the rookie category at the moment at the wheel of the number 42 car. So up towards the left-hander, so that's turn number 10. Was called CM.com for a period of time. And there's contact there, and that's off and into the barriers. That's one of the high-tech Pulsate machines that's gone off, and the contact was made, I think, possibly with Martin Mullner there. So it looked like Martin Mullner's Virtuoso racing car was slowing potentially. I need to just double-check if he's still there in the pack, but I can't see the 42 for the moment. And the car that he potentially made contact with was that Reza Sawortham. I think it probably was. Get confirmation of that when they head over the start-finish line next time through, or subject to the shot that we can get and see if we can pick them out. But I think it might have been Reza Sawortham and Ronan Campbell-Pilling that will start to drop down through the order. And yeah, confirmation on the timing screens as they tumble down through the order. Those were the two cars that were involved, and also I think Jan-Phu Quy possibly maybe lost a bit of ground there as well. There's the damage to, unfortunately, the number 42 car of Ronan Campbell-Pilling. So it's not going to be a rookie win for him on this occasion, and it does now mean with all of that Jan-Phu Quy actually has gone into the lead of the rookies, the number 56 car, the lead rookie. But who's behind him? Ernesto Rivera, another rookie, and who's behind that? Martin Mullner, another rookie. So it's a great fight for all three podium spots in the Rookie Cup at the moment. Nenovich will be more than happy with all the squabbles that are going on behind, because he is now 1.8 seconds ahead of Abby Pulling, who is more than holding her own as well. We might have had a new fastest lap of the race from Deegan Fairclough in third place, the championship leader last time through. But Deegan Fairclough is still 3.6 seconds off the second place car of Abby Pulling, and Abby Pulling has just set an absolute best in the first sector, so she is flying along at the moment at the wheel of the Rodin Motorsport car. It's a Rodin 1-2 at the moment, with High-Tech Pulsate having Deegan Fairclough there in third place, JHR Developments and Ella Lloyd fourth place. It's another Rodin car, Jack Sherwood in fifth, and Vince's by Agenti, Jan-Phu Quy completes the top six and is the lead rookie at the moment. As for the progress of Jack Sherwood, well, off the back of the grid, it's been a brilliant drive from young Jack Sherwood. Up into fifth position, he really has got on with it, and I don't think he's done and dusted there as yet, because he is also now looking to try and close in on Ella Lloyd, and you can see in the background there that Jack Sherwood is getting ever closer to Ella Lloyd. Is he going to have a go as they head up towards Tarzan? Yes, he jinks out up the inside, locks the brakes. You can see the spits of flame, the unburnt fuel igniting as it comes out of the exhaust, but Jack Sherwood is through, and it's another place gained from him. So now up into fourth position, Ella Lloyd down into fifth, and she's got the lead rookie, Jan-Phu Quy, right behind her at this stage. Abby Pulling just set her best lap of the race last time through, but she was still 0.2 of a second slower than Deegan Fairclough, but Deegan is still 3.4 behind, so first to second now 1.8 seconds, second to third 3.4. So not on top of each other, so the best of the battles is this one that we're concentrating on at the moment. Ella Lloyd now trying to fend off the next of the cars behind her. Ella, remember, started fourth on the grid and has had a good run so far. She's only just lost fourth position to Jack Sherwood with his charge from the tail end of the field. So she's now down into fifth place, but she's got that trio of rookies queuing up behind her, the first of which is the Vince's by Agenti car of Jan-Phu Quy. The next one is the High-Tech Pulsate car of Ernesto Rivera, and then it's the Virtuoso car of Martin Mullner, all of whom are fighting over first, second and third in the rookie category. So through Hans-Ernst Bocht, up towards turn 13. So important, turn 13. It's a fast corner anyway, but you've got to get cleanly off it because you're flat out through Arie Luyendyk Bocht, which is the final corner. And therefore all of the speed you carry through the apex and on the exit of turn 13, you carry that not just through the next corner, Arie Luyendyk, but you carry it all the way down the start-finish straight and in towards the heavy braking area for the first corner, which is Tarzan. Alex Nenovich for Rodin Motorsport still continuing to lead the way at the moment. He's had 2 wins so far this season. Both of those came in Norfolk at Snetterton. Very much a flatter circuit, far less undulating than we see here at almost a bit of a roller coaster on some sections of the circuit, isn't it? The circuit Zandvoort. Can Alex Nenovich claim his second victory of the season? Abby Pulling is still not that far away, and again she loves the first sector. Abby Pulling, absolute best through the first sector again, as the hard charging number 9 car looks to try and see what she can do. Deegan Fairclough, though, still need to keep an eye on Deegan Fairclough, because he, last time through, set another new fastest lap of the race, wasn't it? 36.939 from the championship leader. So he is edging closer and still has 9 minutes in which to try and get there. Deegan Fairclough, who certainly early part of the season suggested that Zandvoort was one of his favourite circuits on the calendar. Well, he lived up to that yesterday with a race win. He's had to work his way through, remember, from what is 12th on the grid in this race, and is now up into 3rd place. And I think the 3rd race of the day, the final race, will take place later on today. He is poised to start that one from pole position. Ernesto Rivera just heading through shot there. A couple of cars queuing up behind him, the next of which is going to be Martin Molnar at the wheel of the familiar blue colours of Virtuoso. Leo Robinson's not that far away either. And Ella Lloyd is still hanging on to 5th position. Jan Pukui cannot find his way through. Now, if Jan Pukui could go through, that would really help him, because remember, he is the lead rookie, and then he'd have a non-rookie car between himself and the next 2 rookies that were behind. Just looking at Jan Pukui showing us dropping down through the order, and then he reappears, so his transponder's clearly failing. Yes, it was Jan Pukui, but I questioned myself for a moment there, because he was showing down in 20th position, and now he reasserts himself correctly back into the order. So Ella Lloyd, there's the number 56 car of Jan Pukui, who is close, but isn't quite close enough at the moment. And you can see rather menacingly in the background of the familiar silver colours of High Pulsate and Ernesto Rivera, who's having a really good run here, I've got to say. After Ernesto Rivera, it'll be Martin Molnar in the number 24 car, and he's got 2 cars that aren't far off him. Leo Robinson and James Higgins are the next of the 2. So everywhere you look, somebody is battling, and is Ella Lloyd going to lose a place there? No, almost. Jan Pukui almost thought about sending one up the inside, but the lead rookie thought that discretion was certainly the better part of valour on that occasion, and will just bide his time for the moment, see if he can work out where he might be able to squeeze his way through. I think Leo Robinson and James Higgins were pretty much side by side there for 9th and 10th position. Have we had a shuffle in there, or they're still side by side coming out of the corner as well in the background of the shot, but the Rodin car hasn't made it through and ahead of Leo Robinson's JHR Developments car at this stage. So the order of those 2 still remains the same. Robinson in 8th, James Higgins in 9th. So the cars coming over the start-finish line, 8 laps completed. Let's have a look at the start. The red laps go out, and it wasn't a bad start from Abby Pulling, but it was just a better start from Alex Ninovic behind from 3rd position. He was able to urge himself ahead, and before they got it really into the braking area for Tarzan, Alex Ninovic was there in the lead of the race. Then there was that contact, wasn't it, which pitched Kai Diriani into the spin, but thankfully drivers braking to drivers left and drivers right to avoid the stricken car of Kai Diriani, and he will continue in the race. And where has he got to? Because we've not really mentioned him since. He's not featuring inside the top few places. Is he 16th at the moment? No, so he's doing a good job actually, and he's behind his teammates Alex Berg at the moment. So Alex Ninovic leading the way. 2.6 seconds is the lead advantage between himself and Abby Pulling, who, remember, was 3.6 seconds up the road from Deegan Fairclough. But Deegan Fairclough has, on the previous lap, the championship leader, with 6 wins now under his belt, has just set another fastest lap of the race last time through, 1 minute 36.815. He's now 1.5 seconds back from Abby Pulling. So the pressure isn't really building just as yet for Abby. She'll be more than capable of fending off Deegan Fairclough, but Deegan has charged his way, remember, from 12th through the order at the moment. And so therefore that is pretty much maximum points almost for him in terms of the places gained. You score a point for every position you gain from your starting position to your finishing position, up to a maximum of 10 points. That's where it's capped. Well, at the moment he is on for 3rd place, which would net him 10 points, as it's a reverse grid race, plus that extra point for every place he's gained from 12th up to what is 3rd at the moment. If he can pick up the extra point for then getting past Abby Pulling, of course he will want to, and now he is close to within a second. Just 9/10 of a second separates Deegan Fairclough from Abby Pulling. Alex Ninovic, 17-year-old Australian, who is also a lover of Zandvoort. He identified Zandvoort as being his favourite circuit that was on the calendar for this year. And again, he is more than living up to that, leading the way and looking to try and scoop up his 3rd win of the season if he can, to back up the 2 that he took at Snetterton so far this season. It's not the only time we've seen him at the sharp end of the order, because remember he was lying second in the championship standings coming into this weekend. So he's had 2 wins, he's had 2 seconds, one of those at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit, the other one came at Thruxton. He's had 6 third places as well. Donington, a couple at Thruxton, all 3 at Silverstone on the Grand Prix circuit. So he's scored well this year, Alex Ninovic. Consistent, that's what you need for championships. Big lock break there, heading in towards what was turn 9, box 9. Rather got away with it. That's a queue of cars, and I'm not sure who that was that locked up there. Possibly Kai Dirianani's car, because it looked like one of the Fortec cars. And then it would be a High-Tech Pulsate and then a Chris Dittman car thereafter. So that would tend to suggest it's Kai Dirianani still pushing hard. So there goes Bart Harrison at the tail end of another huge train of cars. But for Abby Pulling, there's only one car behind her, and she'll want to keep it behind because it is the championship leader and yesterday's race winner, Deegan Fairclough, who has now edged up to within 0.5 of a second of Abby Pulling. 3 minutes to go. Deegan Fairclough is almost there now. Abby Pulling is not going to make it easy. Remember, she started from pole position, and so he didn't get a bad start, but it was just a perfect start almost from Alex Ninovic. So that put him into the lead of the race. What he hasn't relinquished as yet. He's 3 seconds up the road from this building battle for second and third place. 2 questions here. 1, can Deegan Fairclough get there in the next 3 minutes? And 2, if he gets there, can he then get past? Deegan Fairclough will know that consistency is what wins him championships. It's 30 races over the course of the championship season, and therefore you just need to make sure you score well in every single round. And Deegan Fairclough, I say, has largely done that. Had that unfortunate mechanical issue at Thruxton. He was involved in an incident, which was 4 cars involved in an incident in the second of the races at Silverstone, the Grand Prix circuit last time out, but he was looking to try and squeeze his way through and past Abby Pulling, but again, having none of it, he's absolutely there now, put himself in prime position to try and pick up a toe next time that they head along the start-finish straight, and they'll be getting there very shortly because they're just threading their way through turn number 13 now and up towards the final corner, which is Ari Lyondike boxed, ready to conclude this lap, which will be lap number 10, and head on to the 11th lap of the race. And Abby Pulling will know that she just needs to watch her mirrors, see where Deegan Fairclough is, and I'm afraid that's a spin, and that is right to the very edge of the circuit for Ernesto Rivera, who was going well, wasn't he, in the rookie category. His car has spun to the very edge of the circuit there. 1 minute and 45 to go. Should be good just to cover that by localised yellow flag still. Well, Abby Pulling just a 1/4 of a second up the road from Deegan Fairclough, who has charged beautifully hard. Remember, the gap was about 3.6 seconds when I first picked up on it, and he's edged and he's edged and he's edged closer. He's got the fastest lap of the race still, I think, at the moment, which would potentially net him an extra championship point. But can he pick up an extra 2 championship points for finishing second rather than third in this reverse grid race? We'll find out in the next, lap and a bit. Because again, we're about to head in towards the heavy braking area at turn 9. There's Alex Ninovic, the race leader, heading through shot. You can see the relative gap between himself and his battle for second and third place. At the moment, Deegan Fairclough hasn't been able to unlock the door to third position. And Abby Pulling is desperately going to want to try and hang on to it if she can. Remember, she's already had a win so far this year. She's had a second as well. That came at Thruxton. Those are her 2 podium visits so far this season. The win came in the reverse grid race. Thruxton, it was the first race of the weekend where she finished in second position. And another second place would be a hard-earned one as well here, because yes, she had the gap, but now, yes, she has had the pressure for the last couple of laps, and she's always just beautifully positioned the car, got cleanly off the corner. Again, good exit coming out of turn number 13 and through Ari Lyondike box. And that doesn't offer up a great deal of opportunity for Deegan Fairclough, who is closing in the slipstream, but he's going to be too far away again. They head towards Tarzan, and they are now onto their last lap of the race. The leading rookie, by the way, is still Yangpu Kui at the moment, who is now 2 seconds ahead of the number 24 car for Virtuoso Motorsport, which is Martin Mullner. And Zach Scholar in 10th position for XL Motorsport is concluding the rookie podium at this stage. Time and opportunities are running out for Deegan Fairclough. There's still a couple of good overtaking spots. Maybe Hans-Urs Bocht offers up a possibility. Turn 9 would also offer up a possibility as well. And then, of course, you also potentially got that charge to the line, but he just needs to get that little bit closer. And I think, if anything, he's maybe just fallen away a little bit over the course of this lap. Not by much. Maybe a 1/10 of a second. Up towards turn 9, not close enough. There goes our race leader through shot there. Abby Pulling still doing more than enough to keep Deegan Fairclough behind. There was a slight snatch break there, but again, that's the unloaded wheel. And again, straight away, just that small snatch break from Abby Pulling puts them back under pressure again from Deegan Fairclough as they head up towards Hans-Erkbocht, which is pretty much the last big heavy braking area here, where there are waved yellow flags because of that stricken car that we saw at the edge of the circuit in the hands of Ernesto Rivera. But it does look as though Alex Nenovich is going to claim the win. Can Abby Pulling hang on to second place and with it grab her third podium visit of the championship season? Out of the final corner comes Alex Nenovich. He is going to come through and scoop up the win in round 17 of the ROKiT British Formula 4 Championship, certified by the FIA. In second place is Abby Pulling with her third podium of the season so far, and the championship leader Deegan Fairclough, good points for him as he extended his championship lead over Alex Nenovich yesterday. That is trimmed slightly with the results of where they finished in that one, but if you also bear in mind the overtaking points, Deegan Fairclough in third place will pretty much have outscored the race leader Alex Nenovich, because he picks up 15 points and gained 2 places, so that would be 17 points, whereas Deegan Fairclough picked up 10 points for where he finished, but then another 9 for all of the overtakes. So even though he's finished behind his championship rival, he's outscored him, and that's the brilliant format that we see in the British Formula 4 Championship, certified by the FIA. Just to confirm, rookie winner Yang Pu Kui, he'll be more than pleased with that. That is going to do his championship aspirations as the leader of the Rookie Cup no harm at all. But for Alex Nenovich, it's another win for him. He'll be more than pleased with that. But for Deegan Fairclough, yeah, he's been impressive this weekend. He was impressive in qualifying, where he set the fastest time. So that will see him start from pole position for race number 3 of the weekend. He was impressive in that race, starting 12th, finishing in 3rd position. There was work to be done. Let's see what he might be able to do in the 3rd and final race, round 18 of the championship, that's coming up for you a little bit later on today here at Circuit Zandvoort. That race is scheduled to take place at around about 15:30 at Central European time. That will be 14:30, of course, British summertime if you're watching back in the UK. And it does feel as though we have got a little bit of summer here almost. So it's almost felt autumnal over the last 48 hours or so here in the Netherlands. But the sun has finally broken through. The rain has finally stopped. And brilliant racing yet again has been delivered by the ROKiT Formula 4 Championship. So the cars making their way in towards Parc Fermé, and we should very shortly be able to confirm the results of that particular race for you. So that's a reverse grid race. It's back to a full 25 championship points for the race win later on this afternoon. And then after here, the cars will head towards Knockhill in Scotland over the course of the 10th and the 11th of August. Then it's on to Donington Park and the Grand Prix circuit on the 24th and 25th of August. Silverstone National Circuit will be next up on the 21st and 22nd of September. And it will be the first weekend in October, the 5th and 6th of October, down at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit, where they will conclude their championship season. I'm sure that the rivalry of Deegan Fairclough and Alex Nenovich will continue. James Higgins, who was also lying 3rd in the championship coming into this weekend, is going to lose out in terms of point scoring to them, because he finished 8th in that race. And where was Riesa Sawerthen in the end? Because he tumbled down through the order at one stage and finished off the lead lap. He is down in 4th position. So the cars all heading towards Parc Fermé. Let's confirm the results. Alex Nenovich wins round 17 of the championship from Abby Pulling in 2nd place, making it Roden 1-2. And Deegan Fairclough, the championship leader, finishes in 3rd, but lots of overtakes to add to his points tally. Jack Sherwood was there in 4th place, with Heather Lloyd having a good race to finish in 5th. And the leading rookie home was the Finsis Agenti car of Yang Pu Kui, who finished in 6th place. Martin Molnar was 7th, ahead of James Higgins in 8th place. Leo Robinson and Zach Scholar for XL Motorsport completed the top 10. Then as we move outside of the top 10, it was Maxwell Dodds. Nina Gadaman at her home race for Fortec Motorsport finished in 12th place. Kai Dirianani, despite being tipped into a spin at the first corner and heading to last, recovered to 13th. Jessica Edgar was in 14th, ahead of Alex Bird. Then it was Bart Harrison, Bianca Bustamante, Aurelia Nobles, Chester Kiefer and Carrie Schreiner completed the top 20. Chloe Chong was there in 21st, head of August Raver, and Yang Ho Fu must have had some problems. He finished down in 23rd, as did Riesa Sawerthen, who was there in 24th. Mattis Reiber was also off the lead lap. Ernesto Rivera had a few problems and had a spin late on, and Roman Campbell-Pilling, we saw, had that contact which dropped him way down through the order, and that is a real shame for the driver that started on the outside of the front row of the grid. So that was round 17 of the championship that we've just seen. So let's look back at some of the highlights from the race. Well, Abby Pulling and Ronan Campbell-Pilling started pole position, started on the front row of the grid, but it was Alex Nenovich that got the rocket of the start and was able to carve his way through into the lead by the time they got towards Tarzan Corner. But further down through the order, Kai Diriani would get tipped into a spin. He'd be pointing in the wrong direction, but thankfully everybody, whether they jinked to driver's left or driver's right, was able to avoid the stricken car. Kai would continue, there was no damage, and he would actually work his way very well through the order. Then there was contact, and off and into the barriers, not just for one car, but also for our early rookie class leader. So that was going to just be covered by localised yellow flags. No need for safety cars, but it did mean that Yang Pu Kui then had picked up the lead of the rookie category. Battles would continue out on circuit, but the battle to watch was the ever-present danger of the championship leader, who was having to work his way through on the reverse grid race from what was going to be 12th position, Deegan Fairclough. He was closing ever more on Abby Pulling and looking to try and squeeze his way through up into second place, but it wasn't to be. The winner would come through, and it was going to be a win, a third of the season for Alex Nenovich. He would come through and claim the win. Abby Pulling in second place, and the championship leader, Deegan Fairclough, would complete the podium. So I think we can now get some reaction from some of the drivers down there in Parc Fermé with Martin.
Alex, a fantastic victory there. That's your third of the season.
Yeah, I'm really happy to come away with the win today. Third win of the season, and yeah, it was a pretty boring race because I got to the lead off the start, and then from there I just kept the gap and kept consistent. So it was quite a fun race. I kind of was out in front and doing my own thing, but yeah, I was really happy with how it's gone, and the car felt really good, and yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that start. You made an absolutely cracker of a start there, didn't you?
Yeah, I think my reaction time was a little bit better than everyone else's, and then I think Abby in front didn't get the best of start, so then by the time we were going into turn one, I was next to her, which was good, and yeah, from there I just kept the gap, and I knew as soon as I got in front, I was like, I'm pretty fast out in front, and the car felt good, so yeah, from there I just kept the gap and everything was good.
Yeah, an all-important point.
Obviously getting the win today, trying to maximise every race, obviously getting as many points as I can, obviously helps in the championship, just keep collecting the points.
Brilliant, well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
So good to hear from our race winner there, Alex Nenovich. Let's see what he might be able to do in the third and final race a little bit later on this afternoon, as I say, which is going to be brought to you live. So that is scheduled to take place at 15:30 Central European time. That will be 14:30 British Summer Time. So that was our race winner, Alex Nenovich. I think Martin's probably going to get some more reaction shortly from Abby Pulling, who is now down there and finished in a hard-charged second place. She's with Martin.
Abby, slightly disappointed, I guess, for not getting the win, but second place is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Podium's podium, and it's great to be stood there again. But I wanted to win today. We just didn't have the pace. I don't really know what happened. We struggled a lot in the middle sector, so getting down to that and figuring it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Your start was really good, but it just wasn't quite as good as Alex, was it?
No, I got quite a lot of wheel spin on the second phase. My initial phase was good, and then I just went nowhere. It was unfortunate, something to learn for next time. But yeah, still happy with a podium and good points and under my belt. And yeah, the team they deserve it, fully.
Absolutely, but you defended off the championship leader, didn't you, Deegan? I mean, he was right on your tail there.
Yeah, it was really tough. I had to use every ounce of experience I have there, to be honest, because I was just struggling so much in the middle sector. My first and last sector was pretty much on the pace, but it was just struggling with the time in the middle sector. So it was being smart, definitely playing smart to fend off where I was vulnerable. And yeah, we came out in front of him in the end, which obviously very happy with. But like I say, I would have even liked to have been a bit closer to Alex ahead.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much.
So good to hear from Abby Pulling. Yeah, the middle sector was where she was struggling. It was the first sector, I would say, that she was absolutely nailing. She was purple through that first sector on no end of occasions. So clearly had a good car underneath her. I think we can get some final reaction also. Martin is down there with Deegan Fairclough, who finished third, and remember, leads the championship.
Deegan, there's just no stopping you, is there? But you couldn't quite get that second place.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good start, and then fighting for fourth, fighting for third, I think it was quite set us back from the two Rodins in front. But yeah, the race was good, and we caught up to them, and then we only had like 4 laps behind them that we could have tried to attack, but we outscored Alex in championship points, so that's all we need. Low risk really at the end. I want to go fire a lunge and then have contact and then get a penalty. So I was a little conservative at the end and just saving tyres behind Abby, and I tried a few moves like getting in her mirrors and it didn't work. So congrats to them. I'm really happy. I went from 12th to 3rd, so that's an achievement, and yeah, can't thank everyone at ROKiT and High-Tech today.
Yeah, these reverse grids are fantastic, aren't they? I mean, it must be great to actually get that, did all those overtaking manoeuvres.
Well, yeah, it was all on that one. After turn 1, I was already 4th, and I was like, well, that's a surprise. Let's get going, get onto that podium, and that's an achievement in itself. So, yeah, car's been fantastic all weekend, and looking forward to later on's race where we're starting P1.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So nice to hear from our top 3 drivers. We might also be able to stick with the footage as well to bring you the podiums of round 17 of the championship that we've just seen. And we'll just await confirmation that is going to happen, because it'd be good to see Alex Nenovich, Abby Pulling and Deegan Fairclough, and of course our top 3 rookies that will be heading towards the podium as well. That was secured, the rookie podium. Certainly the win, at least in the rookies, was Yampu Kui, wasn't it? Was the winner of the rookie category, and he should also be represented on the podium here at Circuit Zandvoort, which, say, looks a very different day. Got blue sky today. We've still got that strong breeze coming through the circuit, but it is substantively better than it's been over the course of the last couple of days here at Circuit Zandvoort, and long may that continue. I think the weather forecast for today is reasonably good. You can see, yeah, loads and loads of blue skies as we are situated in the sand dunes on the western part of the Netherlands, about half an hour away from Amsterdam. And of course it is the home of the Dutch Grand Prix. There'll be plenty of support in not many weeks' time when the Formula 1 circus arrives in this part of the world for Max Verstappen. And as soon as you arrive at the circuit, you can see there's plenty of national pride as well for not just the driver, but the fact that the Grand Prix has returned here. And it's brilliant, the fact that the ROKiT Formula 4 Championship, British Championship, certified by the FIA, have taken their first trip out of the UK, first ever time they've raced away from the UK, and have come to Circuit Zandvoort. So I think the drivers are being gathered for the podium, and it looks as though we are going to get our top 3 in each category on the podium. And also, I think they will have a team representative will head towards the podium as well, one would have thought. So we'll hang around and wait until we can bring you that one. So I think we're ready for the podium. So drivers being introduced onto the podium for round 17 of the ROKiT British Formula 4 Championship, certified by the FIA here at Circuit Zandvoort. Their second of 3 races over the course of the weekend. And the first of the drivers to be introduced onto the podium will be finishing in 3rd position. Nathan from Pirelli is presenting the trophies, and this will be to the rookies by the look of things. So that's Zach Scholar that's up on the podium, is it not? And then Martin Mullner on 2nd stop of the podium, and the top step of the rookie podium goes the way of Yampu Kui. So congratulations to XL Motorsport and Zach Scholar, congratulations to Martin Mullner and Virtuoso Racing, but it's Vincent Biagenti and Yampu Kui that secures the top step on the rookie podium. Their trophies have been handed over, and with all of the drivers on the top step of the podium, smiles all round, and they'll now focus their attentions on the important race coming up later on, which is our 3rd and final race here at Circuit Zandvoort. So now we've got the rookie podium out of the way, it will be a quick redress on the podium, and then we will get our official podium underway. So that was the rookie podium. We'll be coming back for the top 3. And I think our team representative from Podium Motorsport will be heading up there. So Nathan Coleman presents first of all, third place driver, Deegan Fairclough with his third place trophies. He said it was no point sending one up the inside of Abby Pulling. He was thinking about the long game, thinking about the championship points. They shake hands with each other. Abby Pulling delighted with second position. He said a podium is a podium. She'll be more than pleased with that. And it's a Rodin 1-2 because, of course, the top step of the podium, win number 3 of the season, as Nathan Coleman from Pirelli presents the winner's trophy to Alex Nenovich. And big smiles all round. Trophies held aloft for the official photographs to be taken. They'll all then bunch up on the top step of the podium. And are they all going to squeeze on the top step? I think they're all, there we go. 1 foot on the top step for Abby Pulling. And then I think we've got one final trophy to present, and that will be to the team representative from Rodin. And again, Nathan Coleman, representing Pirelli, presents the team trophy to the team representative Rodin Motorsport. So final photographs being taken in the sunshine finally here at Circuit Zandvoort. And that was round 17 of the ROKiT British Formula 4 Championship, certified by the FIA. Remember, you can join us for the third and final race, which is later on today. If you are watching in Europe, thanks for joining us. It's 15:30 CET. If you're watching in the UK, 14:30 British summertime is when the race will get underway. So from everybody here at Circuit Zandvoort, until race 3 and round 18 later on today, for the moment, it's goodbye.